Kia ora. So, in my culture, we have marae, and marae are meeting places, and they're all throughout the motu, all throughout the country, and all throughout the country of Aotearoa, or as you may know it as New Zealand. Um, it's a big country, and from the top to the bottom, there are marae, and there are people who look after these marae, the lands. So there are different areas that have different guardians or kaitiaki that look after the land. And on the lands are um, different marae who are looked after by different hapu or different sets of people. Okay. Now, when you come to a marae, you are greeted by the tangata whenua, which are the people of the land, the people who look after that land, look after that marae. And they will welcome you in. So you will wait outside until you are welcomed in. And when you are waiting, you are the visitor. You are visiting. You are what we call the manuhiri. And you wait until you are called onto the marae. Now, the reason why I'm framing this out and saying all of this is because there's a lot of preparation that goes into bringing a group of visitors onto a marae. And some of that preparation is about obviously knowing the kaupapa, knowing the reason why you are even coming. And generally everyone is aware of that. Maybe it's a special occasion, maybe there is a death or a tangi, or a birthday or something. For whatever reason, if you have not been to a marae before, you must be welcomed on. And the process is fairly the same, but depending on the situation, like for a death, will be a lot different to if it's a birthday or an occasion where it's not so, heavy, or there's not so much what we call tapu around the event. So there is a lot of preparation that goes into this process of welcoming people on into a space. And I feel like that approach or that attitude towards the preparation and the care that goes into welcoming people into spaces on our marae is also the care and the preparation that I put into welcoming and welcoming people into spaces in everything that I create. And so the reason why I've shared all of that is part of the preparation process of welcoming whānau people onto a marae is knowing who they are. Knowing who they are, obviously knowing the circumstances in which we're gathering. And the reason why there's preparation that goes into knowing who's coming onto a marae, who the visitors are, and also for the visitors to know things about the place that they're entering into, and the people that take care of the place. There's this research on both sides that is done, and a big reason for that is so that when we communicate to each other, so the tangata whenua, the people of the land, and the visitors, that the communication and the stories that are given as we go through this welcoming process, we can draw on the information, the stories about the people, the tangata whenua, and also so that the tangata whenua can draw on stories about the visitors that are coming to their home. And when I was creating this video, or going to create this video, I felt that importance here, that needing to be done about, speaking to you as visitors that are coming into the space, and sort of creating a connection with care and with preparation, so that you know that you're in the right place, okay? And there's also another element to our welcoming ceremonies, and I just want to continue with that, with this example for a little bit more longer. So I was recently at a tangi, at a funeral service, and as I was sitting there, because I had come on with a group of Wāhine who are from my iwi. And as the kōrero, as the speakers were speaking, and exchanging these stories with each other, as we sat and shared these stories, just hearing about the stories about kahununu, which is my iwi. So hearing about the stories of our ancestors, and um, you know, the connections between these two different iwi, and how we are connected, and hearing these stories, it 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 really ignited a sense of pride. It ignited a sense of like resonance and aroha, and just these warm feelings that started to, um, come about within me just from hearing these stories. And it was like people hearing people's preparation and how they were going to deliver their quarter, or their what they were going to say. And when when we are prepared, and when we are clear about knowing who's coming into our house, and also who's who we are, when we know each other, right, it instills this beautiful sense of um like, it feels beautiful that each side has taken the time to really get to know each other, and to be really clear about each other. And so I wanted that here on my YouTube channel, so that you can connect with, um and I can connect with, who is coming into this space. So for a long time I've just been talking to everyone. Like, I've just been talking to everyone. So um I've been a human behavior coach for 10 years, and long story short, I understand why people do what they do, and help them to shift their perspective and be able to create direction and stronger connections to where they do want to go. And so I've been doing this work, but I've been talking to all kinds of different people, like people on different uh places in their journey. And I've been trying to apply this knowledge that I have, and speak to my little sisters that are still going through it, or speak to people who um don't really dedicate a lot of their time to being on, exploring their inner world. And so, or then I might talk to some sisters who, like myself, they do invest in their inner world. They have done a lot of work, but maybe they haven't started a business. And then these sisters over here, they've started businesses, and they do their inner work, and we're quite like-minded. Well, anyway, the reason why I say all of that is because I've recognized that I've just been talking to everyone. It's like I've been going out of my house, and I've been going around to the different, regions, and different people, and, just turning up as a little visitor at someone else's space, or in someone else's life, and then talking to them about what I do, and then going to the next place, and, talking to them about what I do, instead of just staying and taking care of my papakainga, instead of taking care of my whenua. Whenua is land, you know, land, my being, my body, my my home. Instead of just staying still and taking care of my home, and allowing people to come to me, I've been out here going around the motu, the island, visiting everyone else. And then my kōrero, what I'm saying and how I'm teaching it, is all different. So I've recognized that I've been going around trying to talk to everyone, and having what I'm saying like I've been spending a lot of time like being prepared and researching like who I'm going to be visiting and who I'm going to be talking to, and I've really let slip like the reason why I'm even talking about it in the first place, and I've forgotten to take care of my own home. So this video is about really making clear who it is that I'm specifically talking to. For me to be able to stay home and take care of my whenua instead of going all around the place and trying to talk to everybody, I've needed to be really clear on who I'm speaking to. And it appears that who I'm speaking to the most is our women, our wāhine, who are ambitious for making the world a safer place for the next generation, whose legacy is shaped around making the world a safer place for our next generation, and who carry Indigenous values or intuitive values, right? And have experience in building one's own career or business. If that sounds like you, then when you hear me speak, there will be resonance. Okay? So essentially, that's just who I am. A wāhine whose ambition is to make the world a safer place for our next generation. And everything I do, my legacy, is to, make the world a safer place for the next generation. And I have experience in building both my career and own business. The challenges that come with that, the experiences that I'm going to share, are for those of you who are also in that same boat. Now, some of you might be ahead of me in business. Some of you might, have been alive longer than me, therefore have a longer career. But doing all three of those things, being a wāhine with Indigenous values in this world, and being ambitious to make the world a safer place for the next generation, and building a career and a business, all of those things being done at the same time, that is what I've been up to for the last 10 years. And what I'm going to be speaking to you about is how to deepen your connection with yourself. Because the reason why you're here, if I can take a stab in the dark, is that right now, there's some part of you that knows that you've got to go somewhere where you don't know the answers and you don't know where to go. You see, something about us as ambitious wāhine, something about us, we are absolutely right most of the time, stubborn, but we're built this way to, we didn't get where we are, being soft, and it's got us this far. But here's the thing, some part of us at some point knows that we have to soften. We have to also learn to know how to soften. We need to reclaim that ability back into our bodies. And so this point right now, yes, we've built what we've built and we've achieved what we've achieved, but right now it's probably seeming a little bit scary because we know we've got to go into some places that we don't have the rule book for anymore. We are not an expert. Maybe, like when I say we, I mean like you may feel like you're not an expert in this area, and that's what's a little bit scary. You got no guidebook for this one, and you know it. And these are the feelings that can come up as like, you shit, like, the usual ways in which we use, like, the usual ways in which you may handle things, they're not working. Yeah, and they're not working for a reason. And it's not that I'm a mind reader, it's just that I've helped many people, wahine and tane, over the years navigate these waters. And yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Um, they're navigatable, right? The hardest part is listening. The hardest part is trusting that you'll be okay. But what you know for sure is that you can't do your way out of this situation, this feeling of being stuck, frustrated, not knowing where to go, not not having, because as ambitious women, we usually have plan A, B, and C. And when none of those are working, that's when you know that you got to come in. That's when you know you've met your match and you got to come in. Like, there are more powerful forces here at work, yeah? Because you asked almost, right? So you want to up level now. Oh, okay, well, here. But you don't have the rule book for this one anymore. Yeah? Well, you do. It's inside of you, but it's just, we're used to knowing what to do. And so part of you knows that it's time to come in, to learn how to slow down in order to speed up, um, to learn how to really listen in order to learn. And that's half of our problem, is that we know it all, so there's nothing left to learn, right? You feel me? No, we don't say that to anyone, but that's how our brain be telling us that, and shit, you ain't going to tell me shit, right? But we really do need to, at this point where plan A, B, and C aren't working, we really do need to come to terms with learning to listen again so that we can learn what we need to learn in order to move through and navigate these waters. Yeah? We really do need our ears in these waters. And that's why in my moko, I have two sets of ears. So we've got ears and then we've got backup ears, right? Because listening is important. So need to learn to slow down, to speed up. Because we're just used to doing, and like zip, 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 zip. And we also need to learn to listen again in order to learn what we need to learn. And I love working in threes, but I can't really think of one. But essentially, you know that you're here to come in. And if you've been on this video for however long this video has been going for, it's because part of you knows that you're ready. And maybe, and I've been the same, like, I've been stubborn and not done, not done things or not taken action and heard the same advice 10 times. All good. But we're ready when we're ready. And maybe if you're still on this video, then you're ready. So if you're like, yep, okay, what next? Well, up to you what next, but I just wanted to confirm for you that you're in the right place and that these videos and these teachings or whatever you're seeing from me, I'm talking to you, yeah? Because your ambition to make the world a safer place, shit, if that's my ambition and yours, and I can help you stay on your mission, because some of my sisters that I have around me, their missions are like, whoa, like, not I could never, but like, whoa. And I'm like, if I can just help you shift this perspective and you can carry on with your mission, well, that's also me, making the world a safer place also. Like, I help to do that. We all help each other. And there'll be times where, at first you might just be watching my videos and I don't know you're watching them. Then you might, come and have a reading, or you might decide you want to do some courses or programs or work one-on-one with me. our connection strengthens over time, right? And there will come a time where I'm going to learn something from you. You know what I mean? And you will help me. And you will help me continue my mission of being ambitious to make the world a safer place through the indigenous values that I carry out into the world. So you one day will help me do that also, if our connection, but gets to that point. We all help each other. It's a weaving. It's a weaving. Okay. Um, it's a weaving. We weave baskets. We weave mats to sit on and to talk story and to sit around and wānanga, have workshops. We sit on these mats and we share and we gather together, or we weave baskets and we put all the knowledge inside of it, and we fill our kete, we fill our baskets, weaving. That's what we're doing here. Is we're connecting with those that you know we believe can support us and help us on our journey, or we connect with the visions and the missions that we believe are going to help us on our journey, and we say yes to those and we go forward. Anyway, I'm waffling, we're weaving. Go and watch some more stuff if that sounds like this this content is going to be of value to you. All right. Need to go have a breath. And I'll see you around. Yeah? All right, ka kite.